Okay, thank you, Eddie. So let me present my thought based on my observations, my experiences, and also based on discussion with friends in assessors group, and of course based on my analysis. Firstly, I would like to invite all of you to look at the facts that occurred during the pandemic, and then try to take a lesson from our experiences during the pandemics. And at the end, I would like to present my thoughts on what university should do. I will start with one of important lessons that change is an intrinsic part of human life. So accepting, adjusting, and adapting to change is a natural and wise decision for humans. So here I would like to show you the outline of my presentations. Here I divide my presentation into three groups. The first group about facts about the pandemics, and of course about the experience in Indonesian education. Then what we get, what the lesson learned, what we get from this pandemic, and at the last, what we have to do. So let me show you some facts in Indonesian higher education institutions. We can see in here that digital learning has proven to be the key to adjusting learning activities during the lockdown due to the pandemic. So although we know that there is what we call maybe Google Classroom University or Zoom University, but all of them are not effective learning. This is because most of academic teaching, especially academic teaching online, I mean, are still struggling to find the ways to translate. It's the key. They translate their material online during the pandemic. So some teachers, maybe including me, we are struggling to translate our materials, offline material, to be the online material. And other facts that many universities in Indonesia are almost closed, especially for small higher education that they have, who has student less than 1,000. In Indonesia, there are many universities, many higher educations with students less than 1,000, or maybe less than 500. So, but we know that universities that tend to perform well are universities that are, we can say that they are rich and have the power. The next fact, that the pandemic on the one hand has brought misery to mankind. We know that. But on the other hand, it's a blessing for the education system in Indonesia. This may be a contradictory statement, but the disruption has created a significant shift from traditional teaching methodologies to the new methodologies, like we can say that a virtual teaching. The pandemic has shown to Indonesian higher education that the university need to equip with the infrastructure and technology. And also we can, the next one, sorry. Okay. And other fact that the pandemic has shown that not many higher educations have prepared programs to provide their lecturers with the skills needed to adapt to the digital environment. So some university that I just found this morning also, that's most of the lecturer is not ready for the online learning. So we know that other facts that adaptation between university or between higher education or between a region is different due to technological readiness. So the pandemic has been able to force students to study independently. These are one of facts. Especially in Indonesia, maybe in Europe, in the UK, the student has to learn independent, but most of our students are not independent. So we can see that the pandemic also has been able to urge students to be more disciplined, especially to take, to give the assignment, maybe also to join the online tutoring and online practice to show the assignments to the lecturers. So the next part of this my presentation is the lesson learned. What lesson can we learn from this pandemic? I can say that student and also lecturer and even their families already feel comfortable with some adaptation in learning, even though they use educational methods and tools that they have never seen before. They never seen before pandemic, but now they have to use it. So they are getting used to various changes in education. In Indonesia, we know that students and lecturers are very familiar with Zoom, with Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, Cisco WebEx, and etc., which might not have been known if there is no pandemic. But it doesn't mean that all online tools are great. Many don't, but now lecturer and student can have many alternatives to online technology. So adaptation to technology has given student families an understanding that buying equipment such as laptops, smartphones, and the like is part of an investment in human resource development. Therefore, I thought that in the future, parents will not be too surprised if learning is developed with more advanced technology in learning. For example, if you use like augmented reality, virtual reality, machine learning, etc. Another lesson that we can learn from this pandemic, that the future online learning experience will be easily combined with offline learning, so that the demands of the physical presence of students or maybe of lecturers in the class are irrelevant, as long as the attendance can be represented by virtual attendance at a time that is not critical for this course. I mean the critical time for this course, I mean, is a time that requires physical presence for direct interaction. So the learning outcomes and the time can be evaluated directly. Other lesson we can learn is that universities that are easy to adapt are universities that have an IT department, and also who has maybe we can call the curriculum department. This is not the same as using an offline curriculum that is delivered online, that what Dom already said before. Many universities that have difficulty adapting are forced to close or merge with other universities based off this. So based on these facts and based on this lesson learned, I thought that the university need to collaborate. University must get rid of a selfishness, feeling of prestige and intellectual pride. They must collaborate by making learning content together for certain courses seriously. And of course, this should be suitable for online. And content preparation can be done together for this collaboration group. And maybe also to allow universities that have expert lecturers to work on learning content according to their expertise. Even you are in the group, it's not mean that you have to contribute to make this content of this one course based on this group, that collaborating group, because the content should be done by an expert in this area. And this learning content can be delivered as synchronously or asynchronously. And the results are shared by all collaborating universities. And I think that universities that do not have a lecturer who are expert on the content of these, say, specific courses, they must be willing to use the learning materials that have been made together between this university without feeling inferior, because maybe the university will feel in content in other courses. So, in here, the university must prepare instruction model that allows the development of broader soft skill. This is all what I have prepared. Maybe it's quite general, but if we can go more detail, so this is the collaboration. We'll do it together. The collaboration group, the collaboration university, collaborating university will do it together. Thank you, Adi.
Thank you.